It feels amazing. You know, Transformers is a huge part of my life. I was a Beast Wars fan as a kid growing up, so you know, being here right now is a dream. But also being in this film with these characters that I grew up with is crazy. So and doing it in Brooklyn, like King's Theater, this is legendary right now. I played baseball a few blocks away at Parade Grounds at Prospect Park. You know, and, so you know, shout out to all my people in Brooklyn. Yo, I love y'all, man, and you know, we did it for the city.
It was a dream come true. I always wanted to act since I was a kid, and I watched a lot of Disney and a lot of even Stevens, Shia, going from that show to Transformers. I said, man, I have to do something like that. I was kind of piecing it together in my head, but I never could have imagined it would actually be Transformers.
It's special, you know, being a fan of the franchise as a kid and now being here, you know, making a mark in history and being part of the legacy of Transformers is huge for me. Casting choices, you know, with Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback, a pretty diverse cast overall. Taking the characters to new places, like Optimus Prime, he's not the Prime that you know just yet. New villains like Unicron, finally giving him a voice. And of course we got the Beast, right, the Maximals, which stick out from the rest of the franchise because we actually never seen him in a live action film before.
What makes this a fresh take on Transformers is all of the new things that are happening in the film. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's just so many things that have never happened in the franchise that are happening in this film.
Steve Caple is a fabulous director, and what he's put together, and I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, I worked with this young man, and he is so talented, he's insightful, he has a sense of so many things. And he pulled it off, and he made everything take on a new light. So I probably have I've heard more than once that this is the best one ever.
Steven gets all the credit, man. He called me and he's like, let's have some fun in the booth. He showed me a cut, and we kind of just, you know, made this thing together and had a really good time. But he was just like, go nuts in the booth and have fun, and I'm really psyched. I can't believe like I'm even here, really. Like, this is crazy. This is really, really cool. It's everything. I grew up watching this stuff. I was like, as I was pulling up here, I was like, oh wow, this is wild. Yeah. As you can see, I've not done many of these, but yeah, this is really sick. I'm stoked. The movie's amazing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. It's really cool.
It's so surreal. I can't believe I'm voicing Cheetor. I'm still, my mind is still kind of like piecing these things together, so I'm just very honored and blessed to be a part of this.
It's always fun to play a character who is as fierce and as badass as Primal is, and but particularly what was most attractive to me about him was the size of his heart was almost greater than the size of his muscle. The love he has for the people he's been sworn to protect is infinite and profound.
I remember I was living in Williamsburg, Brooklyn in the 90s, which felt like a wasteland of Transformers back then because nobody was living out there. And the music from the 90s, which this is infused with, it has a lot of fun to it, while threatening the entire universe. I'm very excited.
When I heard the news, I was screaming of excitement. And when I finished screaming, I thought to myself, I just hope they let me keep some Mexican expressions, some ways of speaking from who I am and where I come from Guadalajara, Mexico, and I'm glad they did. So Will Jack, when he hurts himself, you will hear him saying like "ay ay ay," and that means a lot to me for representation. And it's just I still cannot believe it, and I hope like the people like the film and what I did with Will Jack.
It's huge. I mean, you just said legacy, and that is exactly what it is. And I'm just like a little speck, and I'm really happy to be that little speck, and I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. It's a long line of movies that have come out. I've watched mostly all of them, and it's kind of crazy to see myself as a part of it and one of the bad guys.
This is wild to be here, and it's an honor to be here, to be the voice of RC for like women everywhere, for female Autobots everywhere. It really does mean a lot to be a part of such a massive piece of pop culture and something I grew up with and everybody grew up with.
This is my fourth one, so it's even better the fourth time. No, it's really thrilling. You know, Transformers, man, more than meets the eye. I grew up playing with them, for crying out loud. So to be a part of this is a big deal, and it's really exciting.
Playing Anthony's brother is such a blessing. He's such a beautiful person, and you know, he throughout set, you know, he always gave me tips on how to deliver the lines and how to get better every time, you know. So I just thank you, Anthony, man, Papa. I love you guys. You know, I just want to thank Stephen Caple Jr. and all the executive producers and everybody that worked on Transformers.
I play the part of Ape-Link, which is another Maximal at the beginning of the movie. It's a beautiful couple scenes, and I'm excited about that, along with Battle Trap, you know, the Terrorcon. And I got two Maximals in Terrorcon, and of course we have Rhinox as well.
The music of these movies, the cinematic universe, is legendary. Steve Jablonsky, huge shoes to fill, and I was extremely in awe of trying to write the music for this film. But I hope the fans like it, and I put everything I could into this.